Joining us now, former U.S. Congresswoman Donna Edwards and Mick Mulvaney, former White House Chief of Staff and Actum Strategic Advisors co-chair. I'm going to start with you, Mick, because when you were you had this job, right? You had to be in control of the budget. How would you feel right now if the other party was pulling this on you?
Oh, they did. I mean, that's how Washington works, right? Keep it in mind, back in 2017, 2019, when we were trying to get a relatively simple debt ceiling extension through, the Democrats held us up, negotiated for more spending. They always get negotiated. So if you ask me how I'd feel like I always feel, which is it's Washington, pretty much business as usual. I think they'll make some progress this week, though, Steve. I talked to Kevin last night. It was an event with him. He was concerned about exactly what you just mentioned, the president being worried. He was worried about the president's left flank. Kevin has been able to get his whole party to come together to pass the bill to raise the debt ceiling. But he was concerned about the Democrats' progressive left, said that things moved backwards over the weekend when the president left the country, that they were talking about small spending reduction changes. They seemed to be making progress on Thursday and Friday, then the president left. And he said they showed back up over the weekend and the Democrats wanted more spending again. So I think that's why you hear him say things have not moved in the right direction. But they'll meet today and we'll see if he can make progress one-on-one.
Donna Edwards, could you handicap what you think is going to happen here? Is there going to be a default?
Well, I mean, I've said all along that I think, like Mick, we know how Washington works and that they're going to come to some sort of deal. I think all of us ought to be crossing our fingers for that. But I do want to take issue with the fact that we know that Republicans passed a bill in the House that they knew was not going to go anywhere in these negotiations. And so to say that they passed their bill and they, put their ideas forward, knowing that it wasn't going to go anywhere, means that they've got to sit down. Republicans have to give, Democrats have to give, and just avoid default. We're in that window right now, though, where whether there's a default or not, it could have still tremendous impacts on the economy. So they basically have this week to get this done.
Don, I want to stick with you on what Mick just said. He sort of posed it as business as usual, that they come in and they do some negotiation in the debt ceiling process. I'm just confused as to why are we doing any of this in the debt ceiling process? Why isn't this in the appropriations process where you think they should put the budget together?
Well, Steve, you raised the question with French Hill in the last hour, and I think it's an important one. The debt ceiling is about, and avoiding default is about paying our past bills. And the appropriate place to raise these issues is pass a budget that is going to go through, and then set your spending limits, and then use your appropriations process within those spending limits that's about future spending. And I think conflating the two has actually put us all in a really precarious position, which is why the position of the administration is like, don't negotiate over whether you're going to pay your past bills. Pay them, and then, set a target for your spending and use the appropriations process to meet that target. And so these are really separate conversations. And unfortunately, we are being put in a position, all of us as Americans being put in a position of potentially defaulting in a situation that is completely Congress created.
Mick, if you could just respond to that, why is this the forum to have this debate? You can't give them the credit card and then the bill comes and I'm not going to pay it.
Yeah, first of all, we never pay off the credit card anyway. All we do is pay the minimum payment, but we can have that discussion another day. Why are we doing it? Two reasons. Number one, it's the law. I mean, there's a reason we have a debt ceiling, and we negotiate spending when we talk about the debt ceiling. We have done it for the last 30 years. Keep in mind that the balanced budget deals of the 1990s came from debt ceiling discussions. The spending reductions in the early 2010s came from debt ceiling discussions. Yes, spending went up in 2017 and 19 because of debt ceiling discussions. But we always do this. It stuns me when people in Washington go, I can't believe people want to negotiate the debt ceiling. We do it every single time. But Steve, I guess another reason I think why we do it is the Republicans, if you're interested actually in spending less, it seems like there's never a good time to talk about spending. If you try and do it on the debt ceiling, people will go, oh, my goodness, we can't do it now. It's too important with the default. And if you try and do it on the appropriations bills, they say, oh, we can't do it now because the government was shut down. There's never apparently a good time to talk about spending in Washington, which is how you get $32 trillion in debt. So I hear all the complaints and I hear people wailing and gnashing of teeth. This is how it works in Washington, and sometimes it works for the best. So let's hope they get put a deal together. Let's have it be bipartisan. It's going to have to be bipartisan anyway because it requires 60 votes in the Senate. And let's see if we can get good reform legislation, good compromise out of this like we have in the past.